Greetings, humans. Welcome in. Make yourself comfy. Grab a drink of water, because if you're anything like me, you haven't drunk enough water today. I probably should have a cup of water with me, but I don't. Don't be like me. Do as I say, not as I do. Grab a glass of water, sit down, and enjoy. So, today, I'm going to start by saying normally I'm not going to do crochet book reviews. If I do book reviews, it will be knitting as a general rule of thumb, because I have another channel who I watch who does crochet book reviews, and I don't really want to feel like I'm treading on her toes. So if you want crochet book reviews, head over to Starlight and Stitches, because she does, that is her name, isn't it? Very sure it is. Head over to her channel. If I remember, I'll link it down below, because she does some epic crochet book reviews. I've just realised I've forgotten to change my camera to be flipped the other way around, so everything I show you will be backwards today, because I've been really excited about this book releasing. Thankfully, I've written what it's actually called up there. It's called Crochet You. We've all got enough common sense to work out that's just backwards. I've just realised I haven't said yet. Apologies for the horrendous lighting. It's dark outside. I've got lights on the ceiling, so not quite as good as the whole sunshine business. But it's now coming into the winter months in the UK, so we're unlikely to get any lighting from the sun for another 6 to 8 months. So get used to the rubbish lighting. So, same logic applies to the logic I used in the Disney videos. I'm going to be trying to avoid showing you any of the actual patterns, because support Nathalie Amiel and buy her book should you want to make this stuff. I've been really excited about this because it's probably not overly obvious if you just look at me, but I have several different disabilities. It's just that they're invisible disabilities. So the idea of a whole book dedicated really to disabilities and disabilities being represented in the crochet world is really exciting for me. I think that's great. I work with a lot of kids with disabilities. I have a lot of friends with kids, and I've spent a lot of time in hospitals with kids with various different disabilities and illnesses. So I just think it's really great to see a book that's representing them and giving the opportunity for, parents, grandparents, friends to make a mini friend for their kid that's actually like them, because being disabled in any way, shape or form is hugely isolating. So, I'm really happy that there's a book that can embrace it. And, these guys are adorable, so they'd be really good just for nurseries or playgroups in general. Just, get some visibility and show that it doesn't matter if you have a limb difference or feeding tubes or wheelchairs, that actually you are just as valid as any other child. Now I'm going to get off my soapbox and open the book. There are probably easier ways of doing this. I just can't think of an easier way of doing this quite yet. So the first thing we get is just a giant contents page, which isn't the most interesting thing in the world. It's a contents page. Got some very cute pictures in it, but a contents page is a contents page is a contents page. You're not going to get too much interesting in there. And there's quite a long introduction there. I'm not going to read it all to you, but it is actually a really sweet intro, so it's lovely. Just a general how to use this book. Okay, all the patterns in this book are written in the US terminology, is worth noting. It's I can word. I normally use UK terminology, but I'm getting better at using US anyway, so we're grand with that. Then, next page, tools and materials, with a beautiful picture on the side. No. So, that's optimistic. All of the tools, all the hooks you need are either 2 or 2.25 or 2.5mm hooks. I'm going to start by saying I am absolutely not using those. I am going to use bigger yarn, because this is all 4-ply yarn. I'm 100% using DK and 3.5 or 4mm hooks, because I don't have the patience nor the coordination with hooks that small. The only real difference is that the dolls will end up bigger, and you know, who doesn't love big dolls? Then, page on other materials, again, kind of does what it says on the tin. Some of the materials will mean that the dolls aren't suitable for kids under 3. So if you use wire or jewellery pieces, then you can't give those to kids under 3 because they could hurt themselves quite badly. So, you know, just use common sense and don't hurt any kids. And then we're on to making your doll. Look at all of those. Can you see? But there's a cat bag. I love the cat bag. I want the cat bag for myself. So we've got several pages of just making the basic doll, because all of the dolls are essentially the same. You just adapt it for the pattern. Then there's a page on how to do limb loss, which is fairly easy. The first doll we come to is making a doll with Down syndrome. Then the next one is just saying, you know, making dolls of different body shapes and sizes. Not every doll needs to look like a Barbie doll. In fact, it's quite strongly encouraged not to make every doll look like a Barbie doll. That is a hugely unrealistic body image. So, you know, give your dolls differences. Give them different body shapes and sizes, because there is nothing wrong with being a different size. So let kids know that in their dolls. I've got no idea how I'm going to show you this without showing you the pattern as well. But that's our next doll. I've never been able to work out how to pronounce this. I probably should check this beforehand, so please feel free to correct me in the comments. But Vitiligo is the next doll. And there are a depressingly few number of dolls that are actually made to represent this, so it's a really nice pattern to see being in there. So the next page has how to make different scarves. I'm just going to cover that bit of pattern with my hand. Probably should have thought of that 3 pages ago. Ooh, the next bit is all about hair. So just generally giving our dolls adorable hair. The next section, as is fairly obvious if you can read backwards, is all about clothes. So we've got a pattern for underpants and a skirt. I'm just hoping the camera doesn't focus on the words. Shorts and trousers. I won't show you a photo of all of these. Aha, that's probably... Ooh, doll in clothes, which shows trousers and a shirt. T-shirts was this page. A sundress, again, just kind of using my hands to cover the majority of the stuff, or at least some of the stuff. Just saying, that's a really nice colour they've used for that dress. It looks really good with the colour of hair they've used, actually. Then there's a little pinafore, some dungarees, baggy dungarees, baggy trousers, baggy overalls. Cardigan's your next one, with that little girl at the bottom. And a coat with that little girl at the bottom. Another coat worn by an adorable model. Does it count as a model if it's a doll? I reckon it does. Scarves, beanies. That's an adorable cat bag, which actually isn't yeah, the cat bag is on the next page. I'm making the cat bag. Even if I don't make anything else, I'm making plenty of those cat bags. Then boots is the next pattern. With boots, trainers, and just saying I love her hair so much. I just realised I've managed to show you everything but the trainers there. Trainers. I just realised I don't know why I'm fussing too much about it, because again, the camera's backwards. You can't see what's going on. Unless you flip the video. I don't even know if that's possible. Please just pay the author. Don't go to the effort of trying to flip a video to copy patterns. Mary Jane's are the next shoes. As modelled. Oh wow, I've already been filming for 11 minutes. And that's clothes done, and we're moving on to various different essential aids. So, starting with, and this is the bit I'm really excited about, starting with ankle foot orthosis, which are those braces which are used to help people with weak ankles support themselves. I knew a gorgeous little boy who had them, and I know he'd have been really, really chuffed if he'd had a doll with them. So they are, very helpful aids. But I also know that some of the kids I've known who've worn them have been quite embarrassed by them, which they don't need to be, but they're also too young to really realise that they don't need to be. The next patterns on both sides of the page is for a prosthetic leg and crutches. There isn't a picture this time of a doll with the prosthetic, but that's a doll with her crutches. There's been a couple of other prosthetic legs throughout, so I'll show you in a sec, if I remember. The next one is a wheelchair, which is, again, I'd consider to be very important. That takes several pages worth of instructions. The next one is just glasses, which are a very helpful aid in life for a lot of people. The next 2 pages is a hearing aid and a cochlear implant. Then after that we have feeding tube and accessories. So feeding tubes, and on that one it has a stomach port. What's they called? Oh, port for abdominal feeding tube. I always forget what they're actually called, but thankfully the author of the book knew. So the next one is a tracheostomy. And you can make it removable apparently. And the next bit is an assistance dog. Yeah. Sorry, nearly dropped the book. Assistance dog comes with a pattern to make the vest. And then there's a pattern for a bunny and a teddy bear. And doll holding teddy bear. Apologies if you heard my phone buzzing just then. I'm not re-recording to get rid of the phone buzzing. Now we're on to general techniques. There must be easier ways of doing this. If anyone has suggestions for an easy way of doing this, please suggest it. And we're just into, crochet skills, how to crochet, how to treble crochet, how to assemble dolls, how to finish dolls, and templates. And then there's an About Me section, which is all about the author. And, and about charity. So, that's helpful and quite nice to read. Then, just final little picture there. I said I'd look. I said I'd look. That's a picture of what the prosthetic leg would look like. I'm really excited to start making stuff from this book. Whether I'll actually get round to making it or not is a whole other can of worms, but I'm really excited about it. I'm really excited that this book exists. So I've been waiting for it to release for ages. Like, I saw it listed on Amazon ages ago, so I've been like counting down for its release, and now I've also got around to recording the video about it, which is even better. So thanks for watching, especially since this is almost double the length of some of the videos I've made so far. So thanks for watching, thanks for sticking with it. Like, comment, subscribe. Let's continue to lie to the algorithm. And again, apologies for the phone. Again, I'm not re-recording to deal with phone buzzing. It is on Do Not Disturb, but unfortunately, the text I just got is on the exceptions list to Do Not Disturb. Yeah, let's continue to tell the algorithm you like me. I'm going to have a really good bloopers video at the end of the month at this rate. Tell the algorithm you like me. Like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. And see you next video. Tell me in the comments which of those things you think are the coolest. Coolest is probably the wrong word for that, but, you know, which one makes you most excited to see representation of. That's a better way of wording that. The only thing I'd have potentially added is I'd have quite liked a pattern for ear defenders. You know, for those of you who know me in real life, I'm autistic, so having a pattern for a good pair of ear defenders would have been quite nice. But with the amount that there was, I'm not going to complain over that. Probably should have said, I think I paid £12 for this. The actual retail is £15.99 in the UK. So look around. And if you do buy, enjoy crocheting. And yeah, thanks for watching and see you next time.